With all this isolation time, I thought I'd go through my library and play some classics. I started with Doom, the granddaddy of the FPS genre. Some might say that title belongs to Wolfenstein. Some might also say I don't care, I'm talking about Doom. Doom Eternal is a masterpiece I've sunken many hours into. It captures the spirit of the old games, with a fresh coat of paint, but it doesn't quite capture the essence of what made Doom an eternal classic. Everyone knows Doom, id Software's baby. It's available on everything from PC to a calculator. If you somehow never played Doom, then let me break it down for you. As this Halo dev said, most games are based around 30 seconds of fun that happens over and over again.
Nail that 30 seconds, you're not going to have a great game.
Doom nailed this concept back in the day. You'll be doing the same thing over and over, killing demons. A lot of demons. Doom keeps it simple, allowing the player to pick up the mechanics quickly. It then builds upon that core, mixing and matching different enemy types with different locations, creating this very intricate dance that requires a good degree of time with the game to master. It stays fresh and engaging without having to constantly throw different mechanics at you to mix things up. Doom drops you knee deep in the dead and leaves you to your own devices to figure out what that means. This here. Wait, do yourself a favour and get GZ Doom or another source port. Playing in DOSBox is a bit of an eye strain. This here is Doom's opening. No story, no tutorial, just you and the game. E1M1, the first level of knee deep in the dead. Its shadow is burned into my very soul. If a Nord's last thought should be of home, then an FPS player's last thought should be of hangar. I struggle to find the right words to describe this level. Iconic doesn't quite cut it. Epochal is close, but I just looked up Iconic and a thesaurus, so we'll just leave it at that. It's over in a couple of minutes, but it teaches us the lessons that stay with us for the duration of the game. Zombies, shoot them. Barrels, explode them. Feet, move them. Check every nook and cranny for secrets. Get this shit done and watch your score tick up at the end. Technically it's a linear map on the surface, but hidden just below its simple veneer is a wealth of secrets. This is one of the core aspects of Doom. You can play through the levels, but completing them 100% requires thinking outside the box. The first enemies we meet are zombies, hit scanners that either carry shotguns or pistols. Even though the sprite looks like a rifle, it's pistol, just deal with it. And the imp, projectile throwers. Practically the same as zombies, but you can dodge their attack. We're also introduced to their best friend here, the shotgun. This is your workhorse. It'll get you through most situations in episode 1. On ultra violence you can get one in the first group of zombie men. Any difficulty below this and you'll get it from the secret. This thing is a beast. The sound it makes, the time in between shots, everything about it just emanates pure demon slaying glory. I'd say the flow in Doom is based around using this gun. The next weapon is the chain gun, fast firing, ammo burning, room clearing beauty. Not quite as beastly and cathartic as the shotgun, but the shotgun can't do this. It uses the same ammo type as the pistol, but since you won't be using the pistol much, I like to say the pistol uses chain gun ammo, and there's plenty of that around. Don't be afraid to unleash this beast, it's quite satisfying. Diving deeper into the dead, we'll meet the next few enemies, Pinkies and Spectres. These guys are a little bit tankier, and only have a melee attack, so they'll charge at you, forcing you to change tactics. A group of Pinkies can be your worst nightmare early on. They can and will corner you, which essentially means you're fucked. If they're accompanied by ranged enemies, you'll have to split your attention and choose who to focus on. You can bag yourself a chainsaw in the second level, which can be used to stun lock and kill Pinkies while conserving ammo. The rocket launcher, like most weapons, you can get early on in episode 1. but you won't find many practical applications for it until later in the game, unless you have a keen interest in what it feels like to exist as giblets. Most of episode 1 is confined tight corridors, so using it can be tricky here. I prefer to play without free mouse look added by the source port because I'm a masochist. Using it efficiently can be difficult when at the mercy of Doom's auto aim. Don't be discouraged from using mouse look yourself since the option is there. This isn't 1993 after all. Anyway, this is the boss for episode 1. Since I've saved up quite a bit of ammo for it, I'm able to spam rockets at these guys. The Barons of Hell. Think of these guys as imps, but with 1,000 health. They become a lot less scary if you think of them that way. Still, you don't want to get hit by their projectile. You can deal with most spectres in this arena before they spawn. It's a bit cheap, but all's fair in love and war. So by the end of episode 1, as that terrible 90s writing scrolls across the screen, and I'm filled with a sense of accomplishment, we've seen almost everything the game has to offer. There are still a couple of enemies and weapons left to be introduced in the later episodes, but you get the gist of the game by this point. Fast-paced action, different enemy combinations, key hunting, finding secrets to give you an edge, and rooms filling up with demons in a vain attempt to halt your progress. From here on out, you'll be doing much of the same thing over and over, but in such a way that keeps it fresh and engaging. You'll be trying to find the last secret of a level or beat a tough combat encounter. Doom 2016 and Eternal capture this spirit very well, but the OG experience is one that holds up incredibly well today. John Carmack, John Romero and all those others, it struck gold back in the 90s, and that Doom flavoured rush of dopamine is still very much present today, as it was 28 years ago. And if you've yet to play the original and consider yourself a fan of FPSs, you owe it to yourself to go back and try this absolute gem of the game, and that goes double for Doom 2.